Hi, my name is Natalie Jane Shields. I am a writer currently working on a novel I'm calling Wild Ivy. It's a Regency romance. It's so much fun. And today I'm going to be talking about what I have done so far in Preptober and what I'm getting ready for NaNoWriMo. I'm very excited. So today is the last day of Preptober. Tomorrow is NaNoWriMo. I'm freaking out. I'm very excited. Obviously, since it's the last day of October, that means it's Halloween. If you're like, Natalie, why are you dressed like this? I'm Rosie the Riveter. I'd have a work appropriate outfit, and this is what I chose. But we're gonna talk about what I have been doing for Preptober, and I'll probably spend 25 minutes at the end talking about how excited I am for NaNoWriMo. This year for NaNoWriMo, I'm actually working on the same novel that I worked on in 2019 for NaNoWriMo, which I believe those videos are still up on this channel. I think I just did like week 1 and week 2 of Nano and like never talked about it again. It's the same novel, but I'm not using any of the 20,000 plus words I worked on in NaNoWriMo of 2019. I'm not using any of them. It's a completely different plot. The only thing that's the same is the location and the main character. So it's entirely different. It is the one I've been talking about on this channel, which is the Regency romance called Wild Ivy. I love it a lot. I'm very excited to work on it. I have been extensively outlining this one, whereas in my previous years, I have pantsed everything I've ever written. So I am looking forward to walking into this NaNoWriMo more prepared than I ever have been before. I've won previous NaNoWriMos pantsing, but I'm really excited to win something plotting because I have the whole roadmap like already done. I just need to put in the time to fill the words in. So I'm like really excited about that, actually, like genuinely really excited. The very first thing I do when I'm outlining my novel is kind of look at comp titles. So like that's comparable titles, something that's similar. Kind of figure out the word count of those books. And then based off of that, figure out the estimated word count that I'm shooting for my book based on genre and those comp titles, right? Then I take that total word count and I divide it into the 3-act structure, with the first act being 25%, the middle act being 50%, and the third act being 25%. If you're doing like an 80,000 word novel, the first act would be 20,000 words, the second act would be 40,000, and the third act would be 20,000. And then I try and think about how many scenes I have in each chapter. In general, my scenes tend to be somewhere between 1,500 to 2,500 words. Editing Natalie. I don't think I explained it super well here, so I'm going to try and do it post. So if you're splitting your word count that you know you have, the 80,000 words in our example, and you know how long roughly your scenes are, then you know how many scenes are going to be in your novel total, approximately, right? And then if you're dividing that into the 25%, 50%, and 25%, you'll know how many scenes you need in each act of your novel. Does that make sense? That I can break things down by scenes because that's just easier for me. I'm an actor, so I think that my brain just thinks in scenes and in dialogue more so than in chapters. So it just makes it easier for me that way. Then if you Google Save the Cat or Save the Cat Writes a Novel, it can give you the math of like at what percentage each thing in your story should happen, like the opening image or the midpoint or things like that. And you can kind of, if once you've laid out like the number of chapters you'll have, if you have like, 1 to 3 scenes per chapter, you'll know how many chapters you have. And then you're spacing it out by where exactly is this percentage going to fit approximately in my novel. And again, it doesn't have to actually work out that way. It's just like a little blueprint to help when I'm outlining. So that's what I do. In having this like very general blueprint that I create for my novel, I start like plugging in scenes where I know I want them. What comes to me first when I'm writing a novel is usually characters and like the tiniest bit of a plot point. Usually it's like Act 1 comes to me pretty easy, like the world before. And then maybe something at the middle. Here comes my dog. Hi, Digby. Do you want to say hi? I'm filming a video. Oh, thank you for the kisses. Can you go away now? I love you so much. Go away. I like to write in order, and that's like true with outlining too. So I'll try and outline from the opening image, like as far as I can go. I always get stuck in the debate and in fun and games. Those are the hardest ones by far, and I think that people who plot probably relate. So I'm walking into NaNoWriMo with my outline, but in addition to that, I also have two other things that I'm excited about. The first thing is I have my Google Calendar like set up with my work schedule. I work in retail, so I don't have set hours. They're different every week, right? So I put in my work schedule and any other things that I have to do. For example, I'm directing a show right now, a theater show, so I have rehearsals in the evening. So I set my day with the things that I know I have to do, and then I scheduled in time for writing, which I'm really excited about. I'm really looking forward to seeing if I can hold myself accountable to actually using the time I've scheduled for writing. I also have a handful of friends who are doing NaNoWriMo as well. So my plan is week by week to schedule at least one, hopefully more, writing sessions with them. None of them live in state with me, so it's gonna be all virtual, but I'm still excited to like have someone to, you know, do word wars with and writing sprints and things like that, keep each other accountable. So I'll have that. I'm also gonna find a handful of writing streams here on YouTube from author tubers that I like and put them into my calendar so that I have something that I am like have to attend and hold myself accountable to be there for and write with those people as well. And then the last thing that is really important to my NaNoWriMo time is setting rewards for myself for reaching word count goals. I am that weird kid that loves like just getting a sticker to be like, you did it. I'll probably make one of those like word count trackers where you color in every time you hit 1,000 words, just because that's fun to me and it probably will help. And then I'm also probably gonna do every 5K, I'll do like a self-care, like a hair mask and a face mask. I don't know, something like that. Self-care is motivating to me, so I'll probably utilize that. Also because when I am like just sitting there relaxing with a face mask on, it's really good for my brain to just be idle, because when I'm not thinking of anything or not focused on anything, typically that's when really good story ideas come to me or like plot elements for the things that I'm working on. So it is weirdly productive in being relaxing. I'm also going to utilize walking my dog as a reward, because I know that getting out, just changing location, getting out of your head, helps re-motivate, reinvigorate your imagination. So that's gonna be a part of it too. So that's it. Editing Natalie here. I forgot to mention that I also made myself a little calendar, kind of tracking which chapter I should be working on every day of November. And also outlining, I can't really explain it. I'll flash it up on the screen. It outlines the beats of Save the Cat, where I should be in the month while I'm writing. And I put that as my screensaver for my computer for the month of November. So I also did that in preparation as part of Preptober. So that's it. Those are my NaNoWriMo plans. I am writing 50,000 words in Wild Ivy, hopefully getting a good chunk done of this 70 to 80,000 word novel that I'm starting. My dog just sighed dramatically. Are you gonna do that in every video? If you guys are participating in NaNoWriMo, please let me know in the comments down below. I would love to be your buddy. It makes me so happy to see people working towards their goals, and I promise to encourage you if you're feeling down at any point. I know when we get to like the middle of the month, it gets really hard to keep pushing, but that's the exciting time because typically you're in the fun and games at that point, like reaching the midpoint, and like that's the best part of every novel. So I'm here to encourage you. Please, please encourage me along the way. I'm hoping to do NaNoWriMo vlogs, but also I am unreliable, so we will find out if that actually happens or not. And I wouldn't be a good author tuber if I didn't remind you to like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe if you want to see more from me. They're not always going to be sit down videos. I would love to do vlogs where I'm not just sitting down talking to the camera, so hopefully that'll be coming soon. So let's do it.